The LEGO Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series Venator class Republic Attack Cruiser has officially been revealed, and check it out. I've got it right here, early sent to me by the LEGO group. That is amazing. Thank you so much. This thing is absolutely massive. 5,374 pieces. It comes in a gigantic box that matches the size of the UCS AT-AT Walker, Millennium Falcon, and also Star Destroyer. This set here is going to be available starting on October 1st and has a suggested retail price of $650 US, which converts to 850 Canadian dollars. Man, it is just enormous, and at first glance, it looks absolutely incredible. So of course, we're going to be taking a detailed look at this here today. In addition to that, I've got a bunch of other stuff that I've got to do around the LEGO room, so I'm going to take you along on that journey as well. Let's get started. The front of the box gives us a really nice image of the Venator, showcasing some of the details such as the bridge, which is actually dark red in color. There's some trans blue worked into the walls just below the bridge, and then there are 4 turrets on either side. Below the turrets on the side of the ship there, you can actually see a hangar, and there is a micro scale gunship. And then moving toward the front of the ship, we can see some cannon detail here as well. And I just love the combination of smooth like tile finish and also studs on the body of the ship. Like you can see how many tiles are all over this thing. It's just nice, sort of changes up the texture a bit. And also the size of it, a little bit smaller than the Star Destroyer in the sense that it's not as tall and also not as wide. However, at 109 centimeters or 43 inches long, they are both the same length. But this beast right here is actually 44 centimeters or 17 inches tall, and it is 26 inches or 66 centimeters wide. Whereas the Venator is actually 32 centimeters or 12.5 inches tall, so there's a difference of about 12 centimeters or 4.5 inches. And the width of the Venator is actually 54 centimeters or 21 inches, so once again the difference is approximately 12 centimeters or about 4.5 inches roughly. So it's very similar size, but it's not as wide and not as tall as the Star Destroyer. But here on the side of the box, we've got a really nice head-on view of the Venator. It just looks so clean. I love the shape of it. Also the different colors. I just really like the look of this ship, especially when you compare it to the Star Destroyer. I honestly think it's going to be a better build. There's just more variety with it. And I think it looks better constructed as well. On the opposite side of the box, we can see the spine of the ship and also the ion thrusters that just look so well done. Like look at the part usage to create those. Absolutely phenomenal. Back to the back side of the box, we can see the Venator from a different angle. Once again, we've got those ion thrusters just looking beauty. I love the back of the ship here. Like that just looks like a really cool construction that's a lot different than the Star Destroyer. Of course, it is a completely different ship, so that makes sense, right? But I just love all the different part usage on the backside and also just on the ship in general. And then we can also see the stands for the ship, which are actually built right into it, which is substantially different than the Star Destroyer. Because the Star Destroyer, I don't really like the stands of it. I'll show you what I mean. Let's just say that when moving this thing, it's not really that fun. And also the stands just look a little bit bulky and not very creative at all because they use these like pre-molded pieces, and there's like the 4 large triangles that go into the underside of the ship, and then they're all connected with like this large rectangle on the bottom. But these just like don't really look that good. They just sort of look a little bit lazy. Even when you look at a set that's much older than the Star Destroyer, such as the Super Star Destroyer, I much prefer these stands. There's a lot more parts that go into them. They're more like sophisticated in my opinion, and they just look better as the 2 single pedestals rather than the connected ones. And when you look at the ones on the bottom of the Venator, they just look super clean. Apparently they're built right into the ship, so I think it's going to be a little bit easier to transport than the Star Destroyer. I've definitely had some bad experiences when it comes to moving that one around, so I hope this is a sturdier build. Running along the bottom of the box, we've got some actual shots of the Venator from Clone Wars. And then finally, we've got our specifications plaque. Also, the 20th anniversary of Clone Wars printed brick. And then our 2 minifigures. We've got Captain Rex and also Admiral Yularen. Here's a better shot of Yularen on the top of the box, and he is accompanied by a beautiful overhead view of the Venator. And then the only picture of Captain Rex on the box here is this one, where he's right beside the specifications plaque, and Yularen. Looks like a pretty decent minifigure. There's a bunch of print detailing on his torso and also on the side of his arms. He also has some fabric there, which is nice. There is no side of leg print detailing. I feel like that's a missed opportunity. This set is very expensive, $650 US. I think we should have got like an over-the-top Captain Rex. It is nice that we're getting a Phase 2 Captain Rex in this set. I don't expect to get more minifigures since this is just the thing, like this is the standard for UCS, right? Like you generally only get 2 minifigures. So they're keeping it with that standard, which makes sense because they can be displayed out front of the ship. I'm okay with the selection that they included. I think it's pretty cool, but maybe that Captain Rex could have had some more detail based on the price of the set. One thing I forgot to mention is the fact that there is no interior detail, so it's not like we can remove some panels and have a look at some really cool interior details. So I think that's a missed opportunity. Maybe that could have been included in this model. I guess there is the little hanger, but it's not like the Millennium Falcon where you can actually remove some stuff and look inside, or the AT-AT Walker where there's like a completely detailed interior. But it is very similar to the Star Destroyer in that sense, which I guess I'm okay with, but there might have been a missed opportunity there. What do you think? Maybe. Now, unfortunately, I cannot cut the tape here, crack this open, have a look at the interior packaging, actually physically build it until the embargo date is here. That embargo date is still up in the air. It's probably going to happen within the next couple weeks here. So make sure you stay tuned for my fully detailed review on this set. Also, I've got some exciting plans for placing it here in the Lego room. I'm really excited about it. So I've got some other stuff that I've got to take care of today in the Lego room. So now that we've had a look at this, why don't we take care of that? Oh, I've actually got a pretty funny clip that I'm going to share with you in one moment here, and it involves the Venator. And I filmed that clip before this thing was actually leaked and everybody found out about it. But first, did you notice the change that I made this morning? I brought in one of my super long tables from the garage, and it's black. Why did I do that? I think my camera is actually struggling a bit with exposure, specifically when I'm filming on white tables with white background, it gets very dull. So I'm thinking maybe my review table needs to be switched up to something that has a bit more color. And this black color, I think, seems to work with the brightness. So all of my reviews might be filmed on a black tabletop moving forward. This table is absolutely massive though, and I haven't fully committed to putting it in my studio space here because it just has the standard legs on it. But eventually, if I move forward with it, I'm going to be acquiring one more of the wheel legs, and then I'm going to put 5 wheel legs on this massive table so that I can actually wheel it around my studio for filming different clips. So that's what I was up to this morning before actually filming the Venator Class Republic Attack Cruiser official reveal. So here's some of the stuff that needs to be dealt with in this video. I've got the Captain America shield and also the Amazing Spider-Man art that needs to find a home. Plus, I've got Gringotts there as well. Also, the other day I received a whole bunch of light gray 2x2 tiles. And we're going to be able to use some of those tiles today to finish off some of the tiling here in the Lego City. So we're going to take care of that in one moment, but first I want to share this clip with you because the excitement was real. It was actually designed to be used at the beginning of this video. But then, of course, the Venator actually leaked, so I just didn't think it was relevant to use, but here it goes. The kids are eating, the doorbell just rang, and oh my gosh, I am not waiting to open this. I'm doing it right now. I think this is the Lego Star Wars Venator. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. Woo-hoo-hoo! I haven't even looked at it yet. There we go, everybody. How many pieces does it have? 5,374. Holy crap. And here we go. The shipping weight as per DHL, 11.3 kilograms. So the first thing I want to take care of is the Captain America shield. Not this Captain America shield, but the Lego one. So I need to redo this Marvel shelf. Man, I need a whole nother shelf for Marvel. Luckily, I have some ideas here for the Lego room that are going to expand the shelving. I'm not going to be able to take care of those today just because I'm waiting for a certain cabinet to come in stock. But I still should be able to tidy up this shelf because it's looking a little bit chaotic. So I swapped out the Captain America shield, so now I have the official Lego one here behind the Infinity Gauntlet and Nano Gauntlet, Wolverine's Adamantium Claw, and also behind little baby Groot there who's Venomized. And then I moved some of the smaller like clutter down here behind the UCS Helicarrier. Yeah, I just don't think those really need to be up there with my, what I'll call premium sets, I guess. And then I've created a little pile over here, not really a pile, I guess, a table full of stuff that needs to be dealt with. So I've got the Bricker Builds, Captain America shield there. Then we also have Benny's spaceship, this classic spaceship right here. And then some bat wings. 3 pieces of art. The Ultimate Vader, Ultimate Elvis, and also Ultimate Dark Knight or Batman by Jim Lee. And then, of course, the Spider-Man one right down here. So my plan is to try and hang all of this stuff. It's going to free up some shelf space and just sort of tidy up the art wall and make the Lego room look pretty epic. So first I'm going to take care of hanging the art. So I actually hang all of my art using command strips. These are like the big Velcro command strips. And when you use 4 of them, they can hold up to 16 pounds. This is what they look like right here. Yeah, all of my art is hung using these. And I've only ever had one casualty, and that was Darth Vader because I had the high ground and I bumped into him with a box, but there he is back up with all the other Siths. Watching over my light switches is the amazing Spider-Man. What a good spot for him, and you know what? He's perfectly level. So now when you come down the stairs, you see all the Siths and also Spider-Man. Next up, the King. All right, all the art is hung. You know what? Originally I thought I was going to put the Captain America shield here, but I have a bad habit of like stowing away boxes here and making a mountain of boxes, so I didn't put it there. But check it out. Over here, I put the Lego logo, which is on a 48 by 48 plate. That was just hanging out on the ground for quite some time. So once again, just a couple command strips, good to go. Then down here, the Captain America shield. Oh yeah. So this one, I didn't use command strips. I used a nail and a hook, and Bricker Builds has a instructions that just build up the back so you can actually use a nail and a hook. Yeah, pretty easy to follow those instructions, so I modified that. Then we've got Batman. We decided to put Batman, so he's looking this way up the stairs, and he's sort of back to back with Elvis. And of course he's up a little bit more than Elvis so that when we're using this handrail, we don't bump them off the wall, so there's good clearance there. So you got Batman, Elvis, and then Spider-Man right over top of the light switches there. Pretty cool. And then of course we got Darth Vader and all the Siths. This side Iron Man and all that too. So pretty cool little art, sort of Lego gallery as you come down the stairs there. Been meaning to do that for a while, been procrastinating about it, but now we've got it done. And the next thing I need to take care of is somehow hanging all of these ships. Got a nice Lego city here, right? Turn this way. Spaceship! So you got the Galaxy Explorer up top and then Benny's spaceship right below. Decide to put them like back end to back end. I think it looks pretty good. Just fills up that white space as you enter the shelving area. Can you spot the bat wings? Decided to put them on the other open billy cabinet right over there by the Star Destroyer and Super Star Destroyer. Just a good way to fill up the side of the billy cabinets. And I'm actually going to be filling the side of this billy cabinet up as well with very colorful bricks and also name bricks that were sent to me in the mail. So it's pretty cool. We're slowly but surely filling up all of the sides of the cabinets. There is one more, but you don't really see this one too often. It's right behind the Eiffel Tower there, and I guess there is another one over here as well. I was thinking maybe I could have put the Spider-Man art here, but I just don't think you'll see it very often. It's going to be nice walking down the stairs and seeing him above the light switches every single day. So there we go. We've got some sets hung in the Lego room and also all the art. And look at this, everybody. While I was dealing with the placement of Gringotts and also the Viking village, my lovely wife brought me down a pumpkin spice cold brew. The placement of the Viking village will most likely change, but because I hung those bat wings there, I opened up some space right over here, and I just decided to put it on the bottom shelf. So I also decided to place Gringotts, and this will most likely not be its final location because eventually I want to build an actual Diagon Alley diorama. When that's going to be, probably after the holidays, once I build and I'm done with my new and improved winter village. Now, I've been meaning to review Gringotts, and the reason I think I'm not going to is because I've sort of missed that time. Like, it's been out for a while now. A bunch of other ambassadors have already reviewed it. And also, I have so many projects on the go. I've got to build this skyscraper. I've got to finish the hospital with interior details. I have to upgrade my bicycle lanes and fix my roads, place all the vehicles and minifigures. I have to build some custom modulars for the amusement park. I have to place all the minifigures in the amusement park. I've got to work on my new shelving upgrade, which is going to be happening soon. I've got to get the Venator built and reviewed. The list goes on and on and on. So it's like, I could allocate an entire day of content and content creation to reviewing Gringotts, or I could just move on to the next exciting thing. So for now, I've decided to change some of the sets, just the location of some of the sets on top of my parts here, actually condense them, and that made room for Gringotts right there beside the Hogwarts castle. Looks pretty good. It's huge. It's so tall. It just fits, and you can even fit the dragon on top, which is pretty cool. And then I've got all the minifigures out front of it. And I actually had to switch the position of Hedwig just because her wings were so big. So it actually works perfect between the Disney Castle and also Rivendell because those wings can go over top. Whereas if I had to put Hedwig there, the wings can't really go over top of Gringotts. So just the position of it had to be like this so that everything fits. It's like a puzzle. And it's a really cool looking puzzle. There you go. We've got the Disney Castle, Hedwig, Rivendell, Gringotts, Hogwarts, and then the Tower of Orthanc behind, and a whole bunch of cool stuff on these shelves above my desk as well. I'm definitely liking the look of that. I'll be honest with you, I cannot stand straws, but this one here is made of glass, but still, I don't like it. Just so much better. All right, now that all that stuff's dealt with, it's time to work on the Lego City. Just want to do a bit of tiling. I've got this one-way road right here that goes past the university, construction site, gas station, Avengers Tower, etc. And the 2 studs of plate on the edge of those roads need to be tiled off. There we go. Now these streets look a little bit more presentable. Got to do some more fix-ups throughout the city as well because I pulled out all the jumpers once upon a time, so there's a bunch of like missing tiles in the sidewalk, and there's a pretty big mess right here in front of the Simpsons house. And I guess while I'm working over here, I may as well remove all of these tiles as well. This used to be the walkway up to the train station, but clearly it no longer is, so those all need to be removed. I still want to add some more detail to all of the yards of the residential buildings, and I still want to build my farmer's market. I thought I was going to put that in front of the botanical gardens, but it might have to go over here. That might make sense as well. So I tore out all the tiles, and then I put them back, but there was that line of sand blue that I got rid of, just because now there's a sidewalk connecting the 2 sidewalks, which just makes sense. Why would I give any more space to the Simpsons yard when I can have a sidewalk that goes right by the school there? Also, oh, I changed all the bricks except for that yellow one. Okay, my bad. But I went through and I changed all the bricks to light gray or dark gray, depending on the topper, like the plate on top. This one used to be green, so I had to change all that as well, just so it looks nice and solid around the edge here, except for that one yellow brick. I just got a super exciting email from IKEA,
and it's in regards to the cabinets that I want to pick up for the shelving expansion here in the Lego room. They have this little thing on their website. You like put your email in and they email you when it's back in stock. So I guess the weekend went by and they restocked on Monday. That's today, and boom, the cabinets are back in stock. I'm going to be able to go pick those up. So that's what I'm going to go do because I need more space for awesome sets like this big boy right here. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed my official reveal video of the Venator and also my Lego room update. Hanging sets and art and working a little bit on the city as well. Thank you so much for coming on by. Please remember to smash that thumbs up and subscribe. Have yourselves a fantastic day, and bye-bye.